I love bananas. I love bananas.
Yes.
Subconsciously, I don't care about. Ew, look at Ernest how he eating that banana. I don't care about that. Subconsciously, I know me. My conscience is my best friend. Knowing that I'm going to peel it and I'm going to put it in my mouth.
Yes.
That, ew, Ernest, it looks like you're doing something with the banana.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know, going on. But let me say this. First of all, I would actually have to give a fuck about somebody's opinion as far as how I do. It's not about
people's opinion.
Care, right.
It's subconsciously.
Subconsciously, I've been thinking the same way for I don't know how long. So and I'm going to continue to do so.
You know, and not just that, but my sister said something about the lollipops.
What the hell is wrong?
Sticks.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Every time. We live? We live. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in, checking out Sunset Soul on Be Exposed Radio. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Unfortunately, my day was not the best. As most of my friends and family know, I have been under the weather. So I'm going to ask you right now to excuse me if you hear me coughing or yakking. It's not on purpose. My apologies. So on today, this wonderful day, I have with me Mr. Tony Bling. They cannot hear none of that. On today, wait a minute. We're going to have to wait.
We got technical difficulties.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Give us a second, y'all. We had to get some things straight. We good?
No, we good.
Okay. Look, listen, I'm still trying to get on myself. I also have with me Miss Leslie Swirl.
Hey, hey.
Miss Lisha G. I just gave her that name. I want y'all to know that.
She just took my hey, but hi, y'all. Leslie gonna steal my hey.
And my guest today, Miss Roxy Rules.
Hello.
Hey.
So look, last week's discussion was on the single. What was it? What was the discussion? How did I tell you it?
It was single mothers still considered single parents if they have help from the father involved. Yeah. I guess
is a single mother still considered a single parent if the father's and right. Listen, that conversation was very detailed, should I say. I mean, it was very lively. It was a lot of feedback, which was great. Mm-hmm. We need that, all that feedback that we get from our awesome viewers giving their viewpoint on it. Listen, y'all, during the week, we post the week's conversation up on both Sunset Soul and Be Exposed Radio. So anything you want to say, just in case you feel like you might forget or you're not able to tune in to give your input, feel free to log on and either inbox or comment however you feel about the matter. You could call in 410-702-5657 if you want to come and be a part of the conversation and give us your feedback at any point in time during the show. If you can't get in, just give us a call right back. If you call and we're on commercial, give us a second, we'll be back. But today, our topic is the angry black woman. And let me tell you, I'm a dead middle when it comes down to that. Give me a second. Is anybody else live up? Because my live isn't up. Yours is up? Y'all live is up?
That's that Metro PC part.
Don't do that.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Metro PCS. Woo woo. Don't do that. You will not. You will not.
I ain't made no harm.
Them people they did right by me. They did. I wonder why mine's not working. Everybody else is working. I feel
I'm not on the. Don't go through the live chat. Go straight to the page.
Yeah, I just went on the notification.
I'm totally confused.
That's okay though. It say you watching though.
I'm not. They lying. I'm not watching at all.
Well, let's get back to this.
Okay.
Give me your phone.
I'm sorry. Oh wait a minute. No, see, this isn't it. Oh, I see it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It wouldn't let me log in. I'm sorry. I didn't want to get into the conversation, and I can't see what the people saying. Okay. So the angry black woman, as I said, it was a touchy subject. What's wrong?
Please continue.
I feel like I'm missing something.
No.
It was a touchy subject, and I would actually like to. She's so rude. I'm gonna talk to you, Bling, because she hurt my feelings.
Aww.
She hurt my feelings. Y'all don't see her right now, but she's doing a lot of like mouth moving, and she could be saying the alphabets, but she know that I'm low key insecure when they come out of that.
She just missed me.
That's it. I miss Aaliyah.
She
I
lied,
was blowing
but that's
kisses
okay.
and we
You are
playing
not gonna
footsie
make
under
it
the
in.
table.
You're not gonna make it in that way. So I'm just gonna ask y'all, because Lisha make me feel some kind of way. So I'm just gonna ask y'all.
I love you though.
I know. I kind of know. Let me just say that. Sorry, I'm joking. All right. So what did y'all get? What was y'all? Before y'all get into what other people say, can you tell me your thoughts on if it's real or not?
What's real?
Is that an actual fact, the angry black woman, or is that more so a
Stereotype.
Stereotype.
I think it's a stereotype.
Stereotype.
Depending on what day of the week it is.
I think it's just the defense
So it can be
mechanism.
It can be real if you push to the limit.
Yeah.
But what difference is
you have
that
to be
than if
brought-
you push somebody
you have
else to
be
the
brought
limit?
to that limit, like
Their color.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest. Some people just have that resting itch face, and it looks like, oh, she angry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not angry. I'm fine. But you just assume that I'm angry. So the question should be, why do you think that the angry black woman exists? Because I'm fine. You think I'm an angry black woman,
But then
I'm good.
sometimes you may have somebody who's bitter
True.
who comes off and
But if you're bitter, you're probably angry.
I'm angry. I had enough. Somebody's about to catch
I
it.
talked to a coworker with another race. We was talking about something similar to this. And she was saying that black women. I was joking, but I was like, I ain't dealing with no more black women. I'm getting me a Chinese woman because they submissive.
Oh,
Y'all hear that?
he about to get cut in here, y'all.
And she said, you know what? That is true. She said,
No, they not.
black women, they mouthy. That's what she said.
Oh,
What day
Not
of the week
all
was she
of them.
black though?
She wasn't
every
black.
day.
Exactly.
yeah. You don't get to chime in on that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You get to chime in on that. You're not part of this group.
Yeah, that was funny to me to hear that from another woman.
I think people just feel some kind of way that they're not a part of the group, and they don't understand the struggle, and they don't realize that we put in work, and we earn the stripes. They have attitude sometimes because we get up and we make
Did y'all read this?
No,
I did.
we bring home the bacon, we fry it up, we feed the kids, we clean
You
the
gotta do it
pans,
with
we
a
do all
smile.
that, and we do it with
And do it with
and
a
I
smile.
gotta be smiling all the time.
But you
No,
have to push
sometimes I
all
don't feel
your
like
stuff
it.
aside
Yeah.
to make sure everybody else happy.
But sometimes
I get it.
sometimes it's not about being angry. People are reading that as being angry. You make me angry when you keep trying to tell me that I'm angry.
The value.
I'm not angry. I'm fine. But keep asking me, and I'll show you what angry look like.
When you talk like that, I
You
think you
sound
might
angry?
be angry.
Because that's perceived as okay. But look, I got a question onto what you just said, Bling.
Okay.
The person that you talked to at work was of another race.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which one it was.
Right.
Yes, it
And
does.
she said, yeah, she feel like black women are angry. What was the word that she
Mouthy.
called? Mouthy.
Mouth.
She don't have no black
To
friends,
me-
that's why.
That should have been offensive to you.
Yep.
It was. We was just see. I'm just what I do now when people talk. I'm not judgmental. I let them go ahead and talk because a lot of times when people talk and you let them talk, they wind up saying more than what they thought they was going to say. So it was like me and a couple of guys at the table. We was just letting her talk. She was just.
But the reason why I'm saying that, not in a way of throwing shade at you, I'm saying it like because that's some of the reason why you have this, I call it a stigma over black women, because we feel like our men, our race don't defend us as women. Like, so we have to defend ourselves.
I'm gonna need you to go back to work and correct her.
I mean,
When you quiet, that means you agree.
No, I didn't agree. I was just letting her talk.
Well, he started it because he threw shade to the black woman automatically to somebody that's not even of our culture.
It was a joke, though.
Yeah, but I feel some kind of way, Tony, because like when we in our circle, we can
I know she was already.
we can say, because I'm not a black woman, we can say certain things in our circle and get away with it. When you start doing it out of the circle, you give people validation to feel the ways that they feel. Because I mean, the black guy, I was talking to a black guy, and he said the same thing. So that then makes these women that are not African American women look for opportunities to validate their reasoning for being superior, even though they know that they're not, because all they want to do is steal our culture. But they look for these reasons to make themselves feel superior. I had a friend, we were best friends, and she was a white girl, and she used to tell me all the time, all black men want to sleep with a white girl at least one time. And I'm like, when you say all, I feel like you talking about my man.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, she did.
So so like you say, so
Hit the
stuff
bell.
like that.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, that is. But stuff like that. So I had to check her at that moment. Like, hold up, shorty. Like, you know what? You know, you got a brown card for a minute, but I'm about to pull this back for a second, because not all of them. And even if all of them do, I'm not gonna sit here and let you say that. We're not gonna validate that. So some stuff we got to keep in our circle. It's a lot of black men that feel like black women are this, that, and the third. All right, cool. Keep that to yourself. Have that conversation with your black buddies on the side. Don't take it outside of the circle.
I wouldn't choose another color woman.
Yeah, and see how she say. Because my mother said, my mother told my cousin, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
Times have changed.
I'm sorry. I'm talking.
Y'all hear that? If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
I've heard that before.
I've never heard that before.
Sure, but we were young then.
Right. Now, okay, we got to do that vice versa. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all, we have just started this conversation. We is really about to dig in deep. There's a whole lot of information we haven't even got to. So go grab you some snacks or something so that you can join us for the rest of this 2 hours. Right now, we're going to play a song by yours truly, I'm Still Standing. We're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come right back, and we're going to dive in. Write down your notes, put them in the comment section, or call in 410-702-5657.
And share,
please.
Sharing is key.
You can't take my joy from me. Been through too much now. I decree that I am victory. You can't take my joy from me. Been through too much now. I decree that I am victory. I've been through the storm. I've been through the rain, but I'm still standing. I've been through the hurt, I've been through the pain, but I'm still standing. I've gone through too. I made it through. Now I decree that I am victory. No one knows the details of my story but me, but you can see that I made it through. Trying to keep the faith, the struggle isn't easy, but through Christ there's nothing you can do. You can use the blueprint of my life to find out what you should or what you shouldn't do. What I know is victory is not just for me, but it's also given unto you. I've gone through too. I made it through. much, now I decree that I am victory. You can't take my joy from me, been through too much, now I decree that I am victory. You can't take my joy from me, been through too much, now I decree that I am victory. You can't take my joy from me, been through too much, now I decree that I am victory. You can't take my joy from me, been through too much, now I decree that I am victory.
Listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. This is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Oh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn, sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing, I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that to get the cough and the sneeze together.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter, or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio Loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey y'all, we back. I hope y'all enjoyed that song. I'm Still Standing, of course, by yours truly. And I just want to give a shout out real quick to Myron Bamboo Austin, who created the track for me, did the sound for me. Awesome music group. So if you need, well, I don't know if he's still doing music right now, but I know he does sound engineering. Hit him up. Austin Music Group. When we left, we were talking about the angry black woman. That is the topic for today. The question on the table right now is, why do you think the stigma remains? Because this stereotype is in the air. Of course, we know that. You have people who feel like it's not true. You have people who feel like it is. Why does it remain? It's been around, didn't just start with us. It's been around for years and years to come. So for the ones who think, no, it's not true, that's just something that people say, why does it linger if it has no merit? Nobody knows.
No, it's easy to just peg us as being angry and not dealing with the issues that we deal with. At the end of the day, if you say, oh, she the angry black woman, you dismiss all validity for anything that I'm saying, because you just associate it all to just, oh, she just being nasty. Right. But what I'm saying has merit. Everything that I appear to be frustrated about is real. That's real stuff. We really deal with this crap.
Why can't we just be frustrated? Why we have to be angry? Why can't we just be frustrated today?
It's just a stereotype.
Why we just can't be happy? Because we angry.
Wow.
Who said they were happy though? That's the thing. Just because I don't want to
angry
accept,
happy though.
Huh?
And that's the opposite.
No, what I'm saying is, y'all say we angry. How many times you got in an argument with your woman and you like, why you angry? And she like, I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Yeah, she said that a lot.
She says that all the time.
Yeah.
Guess what? She's not mad. You make her mad.
Keep asking the same
Because you keep
right.
asking. No. But we're associated with being angry. So when we say we are right, y'all don't believe us. Because y'all stuck in the stereotype. We good. Until y'all keep asking, then we gonna get y'all what y'all want.
I know what I hear, and I look at the body language and the posture, and that says angry to me, or
it reads angry to you. It doesn't really say anything because she's not saying anything. It's reading angry to you. You're perceiving that because she's not saying anything. You know, to me, I think a lot of which we'll get into the history of it, but I think a lot of the reason why guys or other cultures feel like we're angry is because we always feel like through our frustration or moods, we still have to be active. We still have to do stuff. If you just leave us alone and kind of give us a minute, then there's a likely chance that you won't get the frustration. Like, we still have to respond in moments that we don't feel like it. We still have to be mother, or we still have to be wife, or we still have to be sister, or confidant, or therapist, or chef. Whatever has to be done still have to be done, whether we are in the mood or we're not in the mood. So because we don't ever get off, you're going to get all aspects of our mood, our response.
She said that sometimes.
What?
Well, you have to listen.
She'll say, it's this. I gotta be this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Right, it doesn't turn off.
I'm like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
But here's the thing. We gotta do it. For other people, it's a choice.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where the frustration comes in, because it's not fair. But that's something that that's been bred in us from our mothers and our grandparents and grandmother, great grandmother.
You just do and keep it moving.
That's exactly, because Who we gonna depend on to do it?
Yeah. My kids know my words are right now, you just gonna have to eat that. That's just what it is. Meaning that you eat the meat. I mean, it's nothing you can do. You have to, that comes along with the territory. So, quick question. Is it more of a response to something, or is it a personality of sorts? Now, going with what we're saying, is that a trait that we carry, or is it is it a response to an atmosphere that just kind of is everybody's response then?
I think it's unfair to make it that way. I mean, it's a stereotype. Some people aren't angry black women. I think I'm pretty pleasant. For the most part.
I mean, you do come in contact with some people who are actually deemed angry black women.
But what did it take to get to that point?
And that's the question. People don't take the time to say.
They don't know.
What led up to this? Why are you
The
bitter?
struggle.
Why are you angry?
Okay.
How much can you hold on your back without having an
That
attitude?
barrier down.
And that shouldn't change just based on race. So this is the question for me. Based on why is it just the black women? I'm quite sure the struggle is more than just us.
Well, it's imitation. I mean, it is intimidation, is
Okay.
what it is. I use the same slogan for men all
Angry
the
black
time.
men?
Yes, if, for instance, me and my friend, we went to Cooper's for a brunch.
We got women to quit.
Okay, we went to Cooper's for brunch, and it was just as bright as all outdoors out there. And his demeanor was shut down. It was just like, "Urgh." I'm like, dude, you look like the angry black dude. Why? I don't know if he really was, but his whole demeanor just changed. And I assumed that that's what everybody read.
Was he like that before y'all got to the?
No.
So something happened.
He
All right,
was
look.
element,
He was uncomfortable.
We're going to listen, y'all. We just
That's how I
diving into
get
this conversation. This is our second
around
commercial
white
break. When we come back, we're going to get all the way in. I need y'all to give us
I
some
will shut
feedback.
down.
410-702-5657. If you have any input or call in. Call in for that number if you want to talk. If you just have an input, you can use the comment box, and we're going to dive in. Do you believe once angry, always angry is the question on the floor when we get back. Sunset Soul on Be Exposed Radio. We'll be right back.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live. Be Exposed Radio.
Jacqueline. Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the station with their ear to the streets. BeExposedRadio.com.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the radio loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the radio loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm only getting commercials. Sylvia, we back. Hopefully you can see us now. The question on the floor before break was, do you believe once angry, always angry?
Absolutely not.
No? Bling?
Nope.
No.
Just I believe it's for some women.
Okay, so for some women, once they just angry, period.
Because I know some they're just still mad. They're mad right now.
Well, could it be
What? Nothing?
Could it be that you just won't take out of that box?
I ain't put them in the box.
They was angry when you went to the box. They just walked out. Just
When you got her, you was like, she goes in the angry box. So
you ever thought maybe you just make her angry? No, I'm serious.
Say she angry all the time.
But you know what? And which is a lot of the reasons for anger is usually women tend to feel some kind of way towards men, just in general. And the son may remind her. Not saying that this is a good thing, but the son may remind her of the daddy, and you don't know what memories are connected to that young man.
Did you ask her why she's angry?
She'll say
No. Did you ask her?
That's how she is. She's real, like, so don't ask her questions.
Don't ask me no questions.
We're not going to dive into this because I'm trying to find out how do you know this person? Why y'all friends? Like, why do y'all still talk?
No, it's my son mother.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's why
then
she's
no,
angry.
Then she was not angry the whole time.
She sure wasn't.
She would not be your son mother if she
She
was
was
angry
son.
the whole time.
This funny. If you was to call her phone right now,
don't get in trouble.
Let's get on
Don't get
there.
in trouble.
Let's call her. Somebody got extra phone?
Don't do it.
Oh, you know I
Do
do.
it.
We're not going to have in trouble.
No,
We're
we ain't
not
doing
gonna
that.
The question was, do you believe once angry, always angry? I don't believe once angry, always angry.
I don't believe.
Okay. I don't believe that either.
Not at all.
Did you said no, right?
She didn't
No, I did.
answer.
You do believe that?
Because I believe that whole concept of anger is somebody else's perception.
Oh, okay.
People
so
always,
no matter what she do,
people always trying to tell people that they're mad.
I agree.
And it's not always the case.
So the angry black woman, this is when I looked it up, is a trope that black women are sassy, ill-mannered, and tempered by nature. Employing the terms sapphire or sassy black woman. Let me first start off by saying I thought that sassy. Oh, that's what you get ready to say.
Yeah, I didn't.
I actually was like
sassy as hell.
Am I wrong with being sassy? I mean, ill-tempered, ill-mannered. I'm sorry, not ill-tempered. Ill-mannered and tempered by nature, though. So this has nothing to do with environment.
Well, here's the thing. So when we talk about by nature, we have to keep in mind that we're talking about a generation of issues that cultivate a certain personality trait. So, they always say that the Hispanic chicks are the crazy ones.
Right, they loco.
Right. But for the most part, they be crazy.
I'm not
I'm not going to say that.
No comment.
But what leads them to be crazy, though?
Huh?
What leads them to be crazy?
Is it because
them crazy
they
men?
Feel like,
is it because the crazy men want to dip and dab everywhere?
Is it because they feel like they have a right to be that? Because that's what they've been told. That's what they're supposed to do.
They were supposed to be. So it was drilled in their head that they were crazy.
Right. So
yeah, that's true.
Because they use that. They actually use that as a what do you call it? That's one of their attributes. Like I'm crazy, right? Like that's almost cute with Spanish women. I've even heard that.
Too.
That's not cute.
And this, hey, how can it? We just said I thought
It's cute
sassy
to
was
some.
a good thing.
It's cute to some. Some men like that. But for us, we have to think, well, let's go all the way back. And for me, everything in American, African American culture stems back from racism. I mean, not racism, from slavery. In slavery, the women had their children taken away from them, the men taken away from them, and then they were raped, forced to do all kind of lewd acts, still work, not washed, treated in a certain manner, and they grew to a place where they had to defend themselves. They had to protect their children, and they didn't have a man to do that for them, because master made sure that the black man couldn't do none of that stuff for the woman or their kids to emasculate them. So we come from a line of women that had to be sassy. They had to be demanding. They had to know what they want when they want it and go get it, regardless of what anybody else around them tell them.
So it says here, the angry black woman, I'm skipping down a little bit. The angry black woman trope arises from the sapphire stereotype, which claimed that enslaved black women were aggressive, dominant, and masculine, which cosigns with what you just said. They had to be. Now, it says this, I put this confused me because in what way were the female black slaves privileged enough to be aggressive and dominant and masculine? I need some clarity on that. Did
you see 7 Years a Slave?
Right.
Did you see 7 Years a Slave?
Yes.
What was the girl name?
I don't know.
Pansy.
Oh, yes.
She picked more cotton. She lugged that cotton, and she was just as tiny as she want to be. But she did way more than all the men on the field.
Okay.
She was stronger. She had more endurance. She had the gall to go out there and do that. She didn't always. I don't think she ever backed down from master wife.
So could it be that we are not the angry black woman, but other people are intimidated?
That's exactly. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Sylvia Vegas put in short, they were strong women. That's just what it is. So why is strong now looked down upon or diminished?
Okay, I talk too much. Paul Mooney, I was just listening to him in the car on the way here, and he was talking about how, and I didn't want this to be a black-white issue, but he was talking about how why everything that's black becomes ugly, but when it's white,
it's right.
He said we have big lips, and they make fun of us, and then the white woman are injecting collagen.
Look at that.
We have dark skin, and we jigaboos, but they go getting tans. So what's the difference in these traits being assumed negative when if you see a white woman do that, oh, she the next white CEO?
It's so funny because, well, we're going to get into that, but that's the last thing on the page. We're just going to skip to it real quick, just because you already brought it in. The last line to all of that was, wait, is the angry black woman really just a white man? Because because if you listen to everything that you're saying,
sounds like that. Ooh.
I mean, it's a lot to ponder. Think about everything that
she just said. They just came from all that slavery.
We possess
and now they're independent, and now they're doing bigger and better than the white man.
I don't disagree.
But you went through all that struggle, whereas the white man's been like this since.
But see, they won't ever let you get to that place.
Next one.
This is where the stigma comes.
That's where we are.
Listen, next one. Slave women understood the value of silence and secrecy. In other words, the reality of slavery shaped how enslaved women expressed or suppressed their anger. So, again, where the perception is, she's not saying anything, but it's a learned trait how to suppress the anger, but you still got to work. Warren.
Warren says, I don't believe always angry. I think maybe the anger could be attributed to certain situations or circumstances. Most women have maternal instincts and situations in a lot of black community. I can't see more because mine just locked down.
Community is dreadful. She sees children being neglected emotionally, psychologically, and men who aren't playing their part, specifically in raising men.
Going back to what we
that
said
will make you angry.
last week, the single mother. Again, now I've heard that. I've definitely been called an angry black woman or high strung, or my daughter. What did my daughter call me? Over. What was it? Let's not start guessing words. Yes, I'm great. So let's not start guessing them.
Over what?
Overbearing.
My daughter called her overbearing.
But again, this comes from the work that is put in as an African American woman, if you want to use this based on what they say. But looking at
it's the look on your face. So I worked in an organization where I was the only African American female in the department.
And you ran
I was the administrative assistant. So I had the lowest role in the department. And I requested that they all kind of meet with me and give me a kind of like an evaluation because I was trying to progress and grow and develop. And one of the young ladies named Jackie, she told me that I dropped her name. She told me that you just come off as unapproachable and you're intimidating.
I'm here to do a job.
So I asked, why am I intimidating? Give me an example of why I'm intimidating, and then I can do something about it. But until you do that, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she said, that's what I'm talking about. What?
I'm asking to know what you're talking about. I need you to explain what you mean.
Because I didn't just shut up and say, yes, ma'am.
Why would
I'm
you do
unapproachable.
That? Why would you do that?
Hey, ask the group
That's the
of
sassiness.
people.
You sassy. Well, Sylvia Bay, she said, in short, they were strong women. And then she said, our struggles helped our endurance. We can endure more. We know how to deal in tough times because our ancestors taught us how to deal, survive, and succeed.
Which goes back to them saying it was by nature. It was learned. But okay, so going into using.
Speaking of which, it's funny because the black man don't want the black woman no more, but she's cultivated to bring him everything he needs so he can be elevated.
Now how go ahead, because looks like we're having.
Repeat that, please.
Look at his face. Wait a minute, this is the man who was talking about a Chinese woman at first. So go ahead, explain that to him.
She wasn't Chinese, she just wasn't African American.
Oh, okay.
I said it's funny because the black woman has everything needed to push and elevate to be that help meet for the black man, but he don't want that.
That's true. But now, how does she have that if she was separated? Is this just nurture, this nature that she has come equipped?
Well, the black man always talking about how the white man hold him down. The black woman know how to get over without it. So every force that the black man says is holding him back, the black woman has, according to all of this, we've overcome it. And it's to our demise.
Sounds like they better grab a hold of a black woman.
Exactly.
You would think.
They say there's a Eve for every Adam.
Yo, churchy.
There's an Eve. He went to church on Sunset, so wait. No church. It's like, go ahead, but no, there's an Eve factor. Now explain. So let the people tell it. Eve or Adam, neither one of them was African American. Now I don't believe that, but I'm just saying that's just what that's what the pictures say.
It's a woman for every man that the woman can like she don't have to be so aggressive.
That's time enough for her.
Right.
That'll balance her out.
Right. It's one. It's one.
But if using what you're saying, Tony. The woman, in my opinion, is aggressive, angry, frustrated, all the things because of the weight that is on her shoulders. Remove the weight, remove the anger.
Well, I guess that's why I don't have no anger in my house. I'll remove the weight.
Very good.
That's what I'm talking about. I agree. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna be transparent. When we first got married, it was a lot of weight, and she was very angry. And I listened to some things that she said, and through time, I worked through it. And that's why you see me doing everything I'm doing now. 2 jobs, a business, investments, all kinds of stuff. Because now she wants for nothing. Bills paid, this, that.
But it took for her to explain to you, for you to bring out your
Break it down
greatness.
for him.
Yeah.
Q John
Because
say
you
Willie
wouldn't have-
Lynch.
You wouldn't have pushed.
Give me some information on that.
You would
Q.
have been content.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear what you're going, Willie Lynch. I get it, because there's a whole list of that. Lisha touched on the slavery part of the separation of the woman and the man. But explain your viewpoint using Willie Lynch. That was for Q John. He just put Willie Lynch in there. My question to y'all: through media and social platforms, the stereotype to me, and based on evidence, was cultivated and sustained. I'm just saying, black women were perceived to be too expensive, more opinionated, harsh, have bad attitudes, loud, and generally negative and rude in nature. The narrative of anger, assertiveness, and frequent emasculation was echoed with characters such as Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son, Pam from Martin, and so on. And we can go all the way back to the blackface and stuff like that, how they would portray the female characters as just loud, belligerent. Say. So this is what we get ready to go into right now. And everybody, the phone angry because her phone black. Sorry, but using media, and y'all better drink all you want, because once I pop this top, it's a wrap. Like y'all gonna get sick. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drinking my little juice. I know y'all see it. The using the media, television, and so forth to cultivate and sustain that is the next topic. So can y'all give us a little bit of feedback on that? You can comment on Facebook Live, or you can call in 410-702-5657 and give us your opinion. I know everybody know Pam's character from Martin, because she's known as being the quote-unquote loud and aggressive one in comparison to the light-skinned, though still black, character that is portrayed as the more submissive one. So do me a favor, y'all. We can still read your comments on a commercial break, so we'll read them when we come back. We'll call in Sunset, so we'll be right back.
Check out this flashback from It Is What It Is radio show.
Paul he was chilling, he was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family, you know what I'm saying? And like, for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you, just like that. You feel me? It's like damn. Another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you taking the good? You know what I'm saying?
You always end up asking like, why?
And like again, it's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? Gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that one, it's the adversary trying to knock you off your pivot, and then it's God trying to teach you something. You feel me? Right. Anything that you go through, you gonna get through. It's called going through. You feel me? That's why it's called going through. You going through something. Right. You feel me? Because after you go through it, you get through it. You look back on it like, damn, I got that. You feel what I'm saying?
For this and more, be sure to tune into BeExposedRadio.com every Friday from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. to listen to more It Is What It Is radio show.
Rediscover your lore. House of China. You can set up an appointment with Camilla Collins, your very own image consultant. From street to chic and regular to radiant, House of China is for you. To follow House of China, it's Camilla_China Doll on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And on Facebook, it's HOC Image Consulting. It's by appointment only, so text in at 910-986-8153. Or you can email her at houseofchinadoll@gmail.com. House of China, revitalizing your life.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, y'all, we back. Before the commercial break, we started a discussion about media and social platforms cultivating and sustaining the angry black woman stereotype, highlighting the differences in skin color along with characters and personalities such as Pam and Gina, Pam being the darker skin color with the label as the angry black woman, single, bitter, loud, and so forth, whereas Gina, who was clearly lighter skinned, was the wife, mild-tempered, classy. Again, mild-mannered, I meant classy, even-tempered. So, did y'all have input on that? On how...
On the color complex?
Not necessarily the color. That, to me, stands out. But the fact that the black woman, quote-unquote, or the blacker woman, however you want to label it, is perceived to be loud, belligerent, and co-signing. Not only that, going back to the characters like Aunt Esther and so forth in the older shows, Florence from the Jefferson, how just known to be the loud and arrogant.
So I guess you can throw Shanae in there too. Huh?
I think that's off of perception. Who are the producers? Who are the writers of these shows?
Probably white men.
They're dictating what an angry black woman is. That's not necessarily saying
that's how they
that's how we
it.
are.
That's how they, yeah. But that's how they perceive it, and the
If you're
media
intimidated,
is.
That's what you think. Child.
But do you agree that the media hypes that, or allows that to
The same way they hype the twerking videos and the alcohol and the guns and all that other stuff. It's the same. That's what the media does. We have to learn how to escape the media's involvement on how we shape our own personal esteem. We let the media tell us how to think of our own selves.
I agree.
That's true.
I agree. Sylvia Bay, I am a strong woman. I am loud with my silence. Strength, in my opinion, shows in your action and reaction to different situations. I'm a strong African American woman working and living in a world that labels us as strong as being loud. That labels us as being strong as being loud. I guess you mean the world labels being strong as being loud. How about strong in silence? You definitely can be strong in silence. Sometimes your silence is actually
the best.
That shows your strength, the restraint.
I think some women, when they are silent, they get run over.
I don't disagree.
And you said you don't disagree.
I don't disagree.
And other women feel like I got to be in your face. This is what I'm going to do. This is not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take this. And then you have some women who are deemed passive aggressive, and just it'll be okay. I'm just going to do my job. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it moving. And I'm going to take everything. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. And then after a while, what happens? You turn into an angry black woman.
You're the most dangerous woman.
Miss. Who's the most? I'm sorry, that went over my head. Who's the most dangerous woman?
They all looked at me.
The silent one.
Wait a minute. The silent one is the most dangerous one. But he said in the first segment, that's what he wanted.
Yeah. Those are the ones that cut your penis off and throw it in the blue.
I'm sensing a theme. I'm sensing a theme.
I need a communicative woman.
You said he needed somebody
I
who's
have
strong.
that.
You have that, and sometimes you can't deal with it.
Well, I think now I can deal with it.
Now you've learned, right.
He's adjusted. You started to understand.
I've learned how to not take everything so serious. You know what I mean?
So so are we angry or are y'all just uptight?
Ooh.
Not you specifically, but those who
It's not that they're uptight. They're sensitive.
Oh, it's sensitive mouth.
That's really what it is. You know, it's the sensitive.
Oh,
Something that really shouldn't hurt you is hurting you. And why is it hurting you?
But you know what? I really do that. I really agree. That's me. When I see, but again, sometimes we have to suppress how we feel.
We don't have to.
No.
I refuse.
To make other, I will go. Oh, you said okay. Let me
I cannot stand
change
that,
how
please.
word it differently. Oh, I mean, them papers don't like us.
Look, we got 2 minutes. That's plenty of time.
Can you read the comment?
Beyonce?
Yes, I couldn't pronounce the name, so I gave it to you.
Because being light-skinned is associated with being part white. They wouldn't dare show themselves in any bit of a negative light or the truth in any way.
Okay. So the light-skinned character is still that easy medium, that compromise, like, oh, she looked like us, so it's okay for her to be
that
mild.
representation of
the
white.
shows that you describe really don't have white people on it.
Right.
They don't really have other races on it.
Right.
So.
Wait a minute, but Sanford doesn't have the Julio.
Julio is not white.
You see my face? Did you see my face?
Yes. He's Puerto Rican.
The police.
And he was.
Hello.
Wasn't he like a? He wasn't. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because you got.
I took it. No,
go on
sorry.
now.
Okay, but my question still with that is, why is it that we continue to feed that? Like, why do we continue? Like, we actually, honestly, Pam's character, that was the comedic relief. Everybody loved Pam. You know, that was her role was
exactly.
Martin loved her.
Martin loved Pam. You know what's so funny? Because they're actually best friends outside. Well, that was what it was outside of that.
You bet. Come on,
You know that hurt.
So what was the question?
I done messed up now. She done threw me off. We gotta go to commercial anyway. Listen, when we come back, we're gonna get into the black woman's response, black and white women's response. We put it out there, word on the street, and they gave us some feedback on how they feel about if the angry black woman is real or not. And listen, y'all can call in or y'all can give us your comments, and we'll read them off with the responses. We'll be right back. Sunset Soul.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they gotta pay for it. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Check out this flashback. Our streets are not war zones, and our streets should not be treated as war zones. Now, we got a lot going on in our streets, and we can understand that. Mm-hmm. We do understand that, and we thank law enforcement and we thank communities for standing up against the things that are going on in their neighborhoods in the negative. But when you have a man broke down on the street, where you have someone in
who was asking for help,
right, asking for help, you got someone in your home, you have a caregiver that's actually complying with his hands out and he's laying down and he's still getting shot. then this is not law enforcement. No. This is brutality. This is not police brutality. This is brutality. I would not call these offenders of justice police. And we do want justice, and we will get justice. And dare I say, by any means necessary. You can catch me Thursdays from 8 to 10 on the Denasha Harrison Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, y'all, we back. Right before the commercial break, the question was on the floor. Why do we support media that highlights the angry black woman? Why do we look at that as being normal or okay? Why haven't we as black women kind of, let's say, not necessarily, well, I guess, yeah, boycott. That's not how all black women are, especially with the stigma kind of lingering.
We'll be angry that they act.
We'll be angry. We'll be angry that they feel this kind of, well, I'm sorry, then I'll just be angry then. That is okay with you, that they would portray us as being the angry black woman.
This disgusts me.
And then we still support it.
I wouldn't pay it no attention.
So you would just let it fly?
Like, you know how they say, what they say, you are what you respond to.
Okay.
So I wouldn't respond to it.
Is that true? Because I just responded to some real ignorance just now.
Sometimes you have to respond. Some things you can't let fly over your head. You have to address it.
Okay. Bling, you said watch television for entertainment, not education. I agree. But, I mean, based on what they're saying, I can definitely understand why that would be. Reading it now, I would be lying to tell you that when I watched the show that I thought, oh, well, this is a representation of an angry black woman or not. I will say that reading it now, I do feel some kind of way about it.
Yeah.
So the black woman response. First one I got is, there's no such thing as the angry black woman. Only an angry black woman. She's simply a woman who happens to be angry and who happens to be black.
That's what my sister said. When I asked her about it, she said, I'm not an angry black woman. I'm a black woman that get angry.
I'm just angry.
She just gets angry sometimes.
I'm
Just
not
like everybody
always
else.
angry. I'm not always angry.
Right.
But I have my moments.
And when you're
That's
angry,
not
you're
for
angry.
black women. That's for all women.
I agree. Case in point, now my view of it is that she's angry for whatever is surrounding her, whatever has happened, whether it be her past, her day, her future, she don't know what's to come, whatever reasons lead her to being angry. Leslie Swirl, I use Leslie because I told her that when we was doing the show. She have days of being angry based on the stigma or the description of an angry black woman. Leslie would be an angry black woman based on the description, but she's not black. So is it just she's black and she's angry? So why is it automatically you're put into a box? Someone that's not black can just be mad.
But the angry black woman isn't an angry black woman because she's angry. She's an angry black woman because she's black. And people look at black women and assume that I'm going to get attitude. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. Because of what their perception is. That's your problem. Not mine. And we will go crazy trying to prove to somebody else that I'm not the angry black woman. I'm not going to bite my tongue because I'm scared you're going to think I'm an angry black woman. I'm not going to stop twisting my head if that's what I do, or pointing my finger if that's what I do because of whatever stereotype you're going to associate with me. This is just who I am. Deal with it. But you're going to think of whatever you want to think about me regardless
of what,
There's
right?
nothing I can do or say
because the assumption was there before I opened my mouth. If you based on that, Sylvia Bay put she is human. She's just mad. That's the thing. She's a human
heard this
being.
before. Y'all gonna laugh when I say it because y'all know where I heard it.
Are we?
Change the way you look at things,
and things will change the way they look.
Yeah.
But we can't change the way other people look at things.
Right. That's the thing. Because you're just because I'm an African American woman, as soon as I walk in a room, immediately I'm put in the box. Oh, I'm already in it. You haven't even given me the opportunity to get mad. And then I'm not supposed to get mad because you feel like I'm supposed to be mad.
Because now I can't get mad because that's what she's expecting, so I'm not
the next response, because being a black woman means that every genuine emotion you feel comes with a price. We can't choose to feel a certain kind of way without being late. That's on the first page at the bottom. We can't choose to feel a certain kind of way without feeling like we got to think before we respond.
That's just what Sylvia just said. She just said just because she's black, she can't get angry for fear of being labeled.
Yep. Walking in the door, we have to put thought, and that goes all the way back. So if you want to say if something was learned that was nature, then that's one of those things. If you go back to slavery time, we had to put thought into every decision, every walk, every movement, everything that we did. We had to think before we made a move. That's the same thing.
So
it hasn't
really
changed.
Free? That's the question.
Are we really free?
Because those of us that operate in liberty, because whom the sun sets.
Oh my goodness!
It's free indeed.
It's free indeed. Those of us that operate in liberty, we get labeled. You want to crucify us?
You see her face?
That's
I'm
that
just saying.
resting face. You can't have a resting face.
Where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty.
Oh my God!
All right now.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna move, y'all. Not going to it.
I'm about to get delivered.
Is it? Are they? Without realizing it, this is another response. Without realizing that society's standards of beauty can cause internalized insecurities for black women at a very young age. Is that a reason to be angry? I mean, if that's the case. Again, that's media.
But do you ever look at like the videos of little kids and they been picked on, and it was one that just came on.
The one that committed suicide? The little boy?
Was it?
Oh, my kids get picked on all the time, and I am the angry black woman when I go to the church.
Hate themselves.
Yeah, the little boy. Well, I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about, but there was a young man that committed suicide because of being bullied. I'm not sure what he was being bullied for, but he was I believe, an African American
You talking to DJs?
No, this was a little boy. He was in elementary school. I think he was about 8. Yeah. Nicole said yes. You saying yes? Yeah, he committed suicide. He was being bullied, but I don't know if it had anything to do with his race or.
But our children nowadays, they're so sensitive. They're so sensitive. The stuff that we dealt with, they can't handle that.
Yeah, and I am a firm. I have to learn. I say a lot of get over it, and I have to stop doing that. I do. I'm just going to tell you the truth, and call that angry because we just don't, as black women. I know mothers. Period. We just don't have this. We think we don't have the time to
dwelling in all of this.
Right. It's mediocre. But if media is one of the things that is pushing this negative view of yourself, why do we continue to allow it? Why do we continue to allow our kids to look at it or watch it? I'm a stickler for, I don't really do reality shows unless it's a reality show. Like I watch The Mans and stuff like that. But all the other stuff, I feel like that is. I like The Mans because it's funny, not because it's churchy.
Tyler Perry.
I love Tyler Perry. I do.
All the saints love Tyler Perry.
Yes, but no, I just don't like the other reality shows. Like, to me, that is pinnacle of.
It does portray a negative light on black women.
It does, but it also shows a lot of black women that have some money.
Like they had one
and
now.
all of them aren't getting it from the strip club.
The midgets.
So it's pluses and minuses and all that.
The little people.
The little people. You have to be.
What did he say?
The comments that are viewed on here are not.
But that's all of that. But that's not all.
The comments expressed here.
That's not necessarily negative.
On person.
And the stuff with that show. Excuse me. The stuff with that show is to show you that they live lives like everybody else. So they're going to show you different. We got a call? Oh, they're going to show you different, lifestyles and upbringings with that type of show. But I don't watch it anyway. We do have a call. Okay, we have a caller, y'all.
Caller.
I don't hear nothing. Hello, caller. He went away. They hung up. I'm sorry. Call back, caller.
Call back.
My phone been blowing up. It's probably my kids.
This is another woman's response. The last person who should be blamed for any black woman's stereotype is a black woman.
Pretty much.
We
Pretty
don't
much.
tell
Yeah.
you to think of us like that.
We all right. We don't walk in the door like,
But you know
hey,
what?
angry
Sometimes you
here.
benefit
Like,
from it because a lot of people don't bring you no dumb stuff when they coming to you because they know
That
or
you're
they
not full of
think they
foolishness.
know that you're not going to take no foolishness.
right.
They'll try you, but it'll be very, very
And then that
slow.
sassiness will come out.
Right. All they need
And
is
I
that
like
little bit.
sassy. We gotta find another word for that because I like sassy.
I'm sassy.
Yes, diva. I like divas. That's supposed to be a bad word.
No, not diva. I don't like the diva
sassy.
line.
I mean,
But diva used to see. That's what I'm saying.
Diva
Y'all just
to
keep
me is
changing words.
offensive.
Right.
Well, diva was good at one time.
Diva was supposed to be a good thing. I like diva. I like sassy better than I like diva though, because diva now was perceived to be like arrogant, and
Arrogant
you know,
and expensive.
But they said that's what they said.
And that's
Black
another
women
thing.
were
Why-
based on that's
when
what they.
did we become
We not
expensive?
expensive.
We the ones that learn how
We
to make
cost
stuff
more.
stretch.
Well, this was
when-
based on slavery. We cost more because we bred technically.
I was gonna say we cost more, but if you look at reality TV, look at the white shows. For example, look at Real Housewives. Look at all of the franchises for them. The white women, they look completely different, and they display themselves.
From season 1 to season 5,
I can't.
Oh, you watched that?
the
They're not-
collagen.
They're not as ratchet as Real Housewives of Atlanta.
True.
They ratchet.
Because they want well, you know, I call that 2017 blackface. I'm just sorry, I don't watch any of it.
I don't like none of that.
And I'm just gonna tell you
like
the truth.
if you look at it, look at the what is it, Beverly Hills. Look at how they dress, even when it comes to watching the reunion shows. Look at their demeanor, how they dress. They're not going to go but so low. They're going to take digs, but they're not going to take deep digs. Look at us.
Right, but wait a minute. With the reality show reunions, did you? Because not when I was on TV.
He's like, oh.
There was a reunion on TV maybe about a week ago, but the people behind the scene tell them what to wear, tell them what they can wear, what they cannot wear, what color to wear.
Goes back to
The media.
Right, because they won't let us get away from it. That's what I'm saying. That is media. We
But
are already.
when do you stand up and say,
enough is enough?
I'm not going to portray myself like this. I don't care what how much this check is.
What's the guy's name from Saturday
You're
Night
selling
Live?
your
He
soul.
just said that he was a comedian on Saturday Night Live, and he said he left because he said he's not a yes N word.
That's
He
why I
wasn't
like
going to do
Chris-
Well,
what.
the same
Rock.
thing with what's his name, Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Hollywood
Dave Chappelle.
Shuffle.
Yeah.
Did y'all
Because
remember
they
Hollywood
want-
Shuffle? Y'all remember Hollywood Shuffle?
That might be before my time, Lisha.
Robert Townsend. Y'all remember Robert Townsend?
I remember Robert Townsend, but I don't.
He had a movie called Hollywood Shuffle that talked about how they
Robert
how they
Townsend is
depict
the
black
short
people.
guy, isn't he?
Mm-mm. How they
That's the
depict
one
the
from
black
Media
people.
Media Man. 5 heartbeats.
No.
Right,
Media
but
Man,
he
I
had
do
a
love Media.
sitcom as well.
Yes, the Parenthood or something
Yes.
like that.
He was the father, right?
Yes. I'm not sure.
But
He's
you
short
said his
to
show
me.
was talking about.
Oh, the
What?
movie. I used
Oh,
to
the
watch
movie.
that all the time. He was an actor, and he was trying to get this role, and all the black roles were highly stereotyped. And eventually, he got to the point where he decided that that's not something he wanted to do.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just going to speak now, playing devil's advocate. Why am I going to turn down a role, even if it's buffoonery, and lose out on this $1 million, $2.5 million check just for you to come in and do it?
But you never know, turning that $2.5 million down for what you know is right.
Bring you
You
five.
could go down the street next week and get a $5 million job.
You could, or you could go down the street and ask somebody for $5. I mean, that can turn out either way. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I mean, that's just the truth. I'm really serious. You can't say standing up on morals is going to pay your bills.
It boils down to the individual, because some stuff you just can't live with, and it's something I know I can't deal
settle.
with it. I'm gonna have to turn it down.
So you're based.
All the time,
That's
don't
what you
chase
do.
money. Let money chase you.
I wish you chase me, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
show you how
we-
that
I
pays.
would, I would
I'm
stop
serious.
it.
It ain't chasing me right now, but I'm looking every day.
I'm gonna.
Sylvia Bay said,
I'ma
"Do
stand
we
there,
let
get me.
labels define who we are?"
Do we what?
Some people do.
Yeah, like Jordans,
I need Louis, Fendi,
Nike,
Gucci, Prada.
Gucci,
everything,
Prada.
and
That's defining us as
my
people.
goddaughter. So she needs Steve Madden. Aunt Lee, I need Michael Kors. Get 10.
Who you need?
My son
Does that define who she is? Or that's just
yeah,
who she like, though?
Nikolai needs
She
her
bad
rock.
She sees it on TV.
He need retro 12.
She sees it on TV, so she feels like
Right.
that's the way that you're supposed to live. I try to teach her, you're a leader, not a follower. And just because
Absolutely.
people have things don't mean that that's how you should deem your life.
Okay. So when we come back, we're going to get into our former First Lady, Michelle Obama's response to the New York Times had a quote that referred to her as being angry of some sort. So we're going to get into that when we come back and let you know how our former First Lady, which I'll consider always be my First Lady, how she responds to that. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back. Sunset Soul.
She was angry quiet.
They was angry.
You're listening to the station with their ear to the streets. BeExposedRadio.com.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yep. I hear you now. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. We back. But let me first say, if you're calling in, my apologies. If you're calling in during a commercial break, we are unable to answer the lines when we're on commercial. So if you give us a call while we're on air, you're sure to get through. But if the commercial is on, we probably won't be able to get to you. So if it was someone that did call in and we wasn't able to answer, so just call us back. We are still here. Before the break, we were talking about our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, being referred to in a quote in the New York Times as an angry black woman. Oh, we got a caller before we go. Okay, go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. This is Shane. I had a comment.
Hey.
Hi, y'all.
She do. Yes, we're waiting for your comment. Radio voice.
Yeah, because y'all did the boost. So before I got off, the question was about labels and do labels define us? And my answer, of course, is emphatically no. But I heard somebody say something about, yes, the Jordans, the Prada, the this and the that. Yeah. So most of you who are there know me. And many of those things I have, not because they define me, but there's a standard that I have, like for myself. If I buy my daughter a pair of Jordans, she doesn't get a pair of Jordans before I have them. And literally, I have Jordans sitting in the closet from a standard perspective to say to my daughter, this is where you want to get to, where if you want to have Jordans, if you want to have this, if you want to have that, you've got to watch my example and work for them the way that I do and work hard for them the way that I do. Yes, I can reward you with a pair, but look at your pair compared to my pairs. So it's not about labels. I don't even wear my tennis really. I just have them because of what I'm trying to teach her. Another,
I can probably
but it doesn't define who you are.
No, because another point of it is the things that I have, they don't define who I am. They define who you are. And I'm not talking about y'all at the table, but for those of you who know me, you know what I'm saying. There are people who look at me and say, oh, she got it, she this, she that, she this, she that. Well, sometimes I don't even think about getting it until you say I got it. So, because sometimes I believe that you believe better for me than I do for myself. Right. So let me go out and get it and see. So that's how I think, and that's why I do the things that I do. My purse doesn't define me. My shoes don't define me. Where I live doesn't define me. Who I am and the standard that I set for myself is what defines me. So with that said, somebody said that they label us as mad or whatever. Number one, who is they and who are you to allow they to label you that way?
Right.
My skin color happens to be brown. I am identified as an African American woman, but at the end of that, because that's what people can see on the surface, I don't give people the authority to tell me who I am and whether I'm angry. Yeah, I get angry, I get upset, but it's not because of my skin color. So just wanted to say that. Just wanted to say hello to everybody and to kind of put that out there.
Thank you so much for calling in. Yes. Thank you for your viewpoint. I absolutely agree.
We love you.
She definitely preached.
Love y'all.
Thank you for supporting. So yeah, she kind of summed that whole segment up right there. Before we left, we were talking about our former first lady. So again, she was referred to as an angry black woman in the New York Times, and she responded, that was one of those things where you think, dang, you don't even know me. You just sort of feel like, wow, where did that come from? Because she didn't even, of course, recognize it. Her second thought was, you think that is so not me. But then you sort of think, well, this isn't about me. This is about the person or the people who wrote it. Co-signing what Deshane just said. It's about you. What's at the heart of the label, she continues, is fear. You start thinking, oh wow, we're so afraid of each other. Color, wealth, these things that don't matter still play too much of a role in how we see one another. And it is sad because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin. It's our values, it's how we live our lives, and you can't tell that from someone's race or religion. People have to act it out. They have to live those lives. So in her response of which, first of all, like Deshane said, she didn't even recognize the comment. She didn't defend herself at all. She didn't say, well, I'm angry because how we just said, because of slavery, because I was born this way, or because of my life struggle. She didn't even entertain the comment. Did you not?
What? I disagree. Okay. She actually addressed it directly.
She addressed it, but I'm saying she didn't respond to it in a way of, I'm angry because.
Because she said, well, she pretty much said that. That's not me. She still felt the need to address it. And I think that we can't just act like it doesn't exist and think it's going to go away. We have to acknowledge the fact that it does exist, but that's your problem, not my problem.
Okay.
But is it true to say some people are more sensitive to certain subjects than other people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Some
based
people
on
touchy.
it's based on the optic of the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on who's being stereotyped. I'm not upset I'm not as upset when I hear Mexican jokes because I'm not a Mexican. But when I hear African American jokes, I get a little touchy depending on who is saying it. So, of course, we can't act like these labels don't exist and these labels don't shape people and these labels don't cultivate how we behave in society. We do, either negative or positive.
Monica Stewart said, but those things shouldn't be important or goals to achieve.
True.
I didn't say that, Monica. I didn't see that.
If I like something nice, I get it. But more than likely, I can do well with something that's everyday regular and not save my money for something else. It depends on what I want.
Right, what you like.
If I
Right.
see something I want, I'm going to get it. Most of the time, I don't want it because half the time, it's only popular because it's popular.
Right.
Okay, let's jump into. We got 2 minutes. There was a piece of poetry that was written. I don't know if it was poetry, but that's how it read, by Miss Dominique. And this was her reasoning for saying why she was an angry black woman. So before we go into the next segment, I just want to read a couple paragraphs of what she wrote. I'm going to start it off, and then y'all going to flow right behind it. I'm angry. I'm absolutely an angry black woman because in the 6th grade, a different crush told me I was pretty for a black girl. Because in the 7th grade, my predominantly black suburban neighborhood was nicknamed Spring Ghettos instead of calling it its name Spring Meadows. Because I was in the 8th grade the first time I was called an Oreo and told that I wasn't really black, like it was a compliment.
Because in 9th grade, when I switched schools, a boy told me he knew I had to be mixed with something to be so pretty. Because in 10th grade, my group of friends and I were called into an office and asked if we were a gang or if we had father figures. Because in 11th grade, my AP English teacher told me that I didn't write like a college-bound student, though I later scored perfectly on the exam.
Because when I got married, people assumed I was pregnant. Because when people who know I'm married call my husband my baby daddy. Because my pregnancy with my son was plagued with videos of black lives being taken in cold blood. Because their murderers still walk in the streets.
All right, so I read that because there's a lot of different reasons why a black woman feels this way, and we talked a lot about why we shouldn't be labeled as angry, but there are a significant amount of women who are angry and have a reason that they feel that way. So moving into the next subject, after we come back from this last commercial break, we want to get into some reasons why these women are angry and why they have a right to feel how they felt. And then we're going to get into, in our last segment, 6 easy ways to avoid becoming an angry black woman. Listen, it pissed me off just reading them. So I'm just letting y'all know when we come back. They wrote it. They wrote a manual. So when we come back, y'all, Sunset Store, be exposed. We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/ the right seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We've been to church.
It's in your heart. We live.
We're on air.
Y'all chill.
Listen.
Chill.
Oh, listen, I'm telling you, it never stops. It never stops in this room. So before we went to commercial, I'm not. The question was.
I'm just here so
I am not going to do it. The question was. Lord, what was the question? Y'all didn't mess me up.
You was going over this.
We ain't go there yet. We went. The thing was for the I am absolutely an angry black woman. The other half of the group of women who recognize or respond to being called, yes, I'm angry, and what? Them ladies. Do we have any defense for them? Is there a reason why that should ever be okay? You being a black woman who feels like, no, I'm not angry, and I don't feel like I should be labeled as angry.
Well, what about this one? I hear this a lot. I'm not a B, I'm a super B.
Oh, that's what she want to be. Let her be that.
She want to be a super female though, meaning she's hardcore.
You call her
like
a
she
B,
rough.
But she said, no, I'm not a no. This is what she said. I'm not a B. Call me Mrs. B.
Yeah, if you gonna disrespect me, you gonna respect the disrespect.
You gonna respect me, and then you gonna put some umph behind that.
Owning up to what she is. Maybe she's owning.
But again, is that defense? Is that in response to something? Like you? I mean, I'm quite sure you didn't just walk up and say, "How you doing, Miss B?"
No, I didn't do it. But I'm saying I've heard women say that.
Right, I'm saying, is that usually in response to something? Because that's kind of considered a defense mechanism. Like they're trying to respect.
I think from what I've seen and heard, the women that respond like that, they like that label.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I had
they
a
like being known as a B.
Because
they actually have some of them have it on their press.
There are women out there that feel like black men, our black men, are not capable of being providers, of being protectors, of doing all those things that traditionally the roles that are expected of men to be for black women. They have no respect for black men whatsoever. Period. So they will own these titles. All of this stuff y'all call them.
I don't call them.
Not you, but the black men in media and society call them. They own it. I'm gonna make it mine. The same way we use nigga and we made that ours. Then I'm gonna make all right. You want a thought? Then I'll be a super thought. They own it as a defense mechanism because who's going to defend them? Not the black man in their head.
That's what we was talking about earlier when we was talking
defend
about.
us.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, you threw us under the bus for the Chinese lady.
Right. Okay, look. Let's just let the world know right here on Sunset Soul. It was a joke. Mr. Bling never saw that playing out the way it played out on the show. But listen, a lot of truth resides in jokes. And we all know that. I done threw a whole lot of jokes under the bus just to, throw a little bit of shade. Even on Sunset Soul. But the point is, it's still a defense. I don't see too many women walking in the door with the desire to be a super B, how you put it, just for not just for attention. And if it's for attention, it's because it was the lack thereof before. It's usually a low self-esteem. It's a response to something. And I just walk in the door. You know what? I'm just going to be. It's either they didn't have nothing, and I'm determined I'm going to have something now, or you look like you looked at me like I wasn't anything, and I'm gonna prove to you I'm more than what you ever could have imagined I could ever be. So that's why it's exceeding whatever your thought of me was to be, and it's exactly who she is by nature. How they worded it, just in a different. It's her focus is on something different. If you think about the enslaved women that we were talking about, it's the same thing. That their aggressiveness. Aggressive isn't always a bad thing. You need aggression to fuel your desire.
But at the end of the day, we don't call each other the angry black woman. That's something that comes from the outside. Period. We don't do it. It is what it is. Some people just do the most. And I'm like, yo, she doing the most. But I would never say, oh, she the angry black woman.
I'll probably say she's better. I wouldn't call her.
No, you say she off.
Yeah, off.
She off.
Everybody.
But why she off? Because she's adamant.
Well, off is a good word. Because you're not
depending on how you use off. Because sometimes even the way we use off, because we all know why we use off, we're using off in the terms of like, yeah, you off just like me. That's more of a term of endearment when we say off sometimes.
Use off.
We off. We are. Nope.
You off.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So based on the perception, that can still be taken. So basically, what you're saying is
what I'm saying is when we consider this whole concept and discussion about the angry black woman, it is a racial issue. Period. It's an issue of how those outside of our African American culture view us, and we have to decide: is that my problem, or is it their problem?
Right.
Is it something that I need to do? Do I need to go over these 6 steps to make sure I don't become the angry black woman? Or do I say, screw it, you want to deal with me the way I am? Or don't.
So, why is it that the other culture's more submissive? Because if you think about, I'm going by today what Bling said. Past people, that's not the first time I've heard guys say I'm going to go outside of my race because it's easy. First thing black women think when you see a black man with a white woman, he probably down low, he can get over on her. I've heard that so many times. It's like, so you just automatically believe that other races, you can't. Leslie, speak. What are you saying?
It's nothing. Kind of funny. A lot of guys that went outside their race that deal with they're black and they deal with other races maybe. It's something in them that's missing.
Okay. You think that?
It sounds like you want somebody that's weak.
Why is it they couldn't have met a beautiful white woman or ugly white woman or fat white woman, whatever, that they just like?
It could be.
Why?
They could.
Why does it have to
be something wrong with her?
Because she's white. That's who I want to be with.
Makes me
Maybe they just met somebody.
Well, it's based on the choice of what, not necessarily that they saw them and was attracted to them or whatever, they were smart or whatever. It's because you automatically think, like you said earlier, most men are choosing outside of their race because they feel like they gonna shut up or they gonna listen. Or
I think that only happens at the beginning because you don't know them.
Right. And
you don't know how their culture is.
Right.
You don't know how that race is. You still trying to work out the tweaks. So in the beginning of a relationship, you let some stuff slide, and then you see how far you can take it, or how you can let it slide again, or they can be like,
no. So if a
is floating around in the field,
then you got a baby
like Lorena Bobbitt and all that.
Oh, in the field. Oh, you been floating.
You and Lorena.
No, I'm just saying.
Is she angry?
Tinkerbell.
Her and Lorena.
Did you say it's Tinkerbell angry?
Tinkerbell.
Oh, are you angry?
They have
you talking about Lorena Bobbitt? That's touchy.
Quote unquote, according to the standard that has been set aside for the angry black woman. Like this, it's ridiculous that we even allow people to put us in that class.
The men who go after women who they think are going to be submissive and make the sandwiches and
we make sandwiches.
We sure
Rub
do
their
make good
feet.
sandwiches.
Real good.
Yeah.
But
They're using that
that's part of the
special
stereotype.
That sound bad. Sorry,
That's
not
part
that
of-
kind.
That's part of the
Chipotle.
stereotype that's
Okay.
given when they go outside of their race and they want to. I'm looking for a white woman. I think those men are intimidated and, in a sense, weak.
That's what I was saying.
Because what's wrong with a black woman that has a backbone? That means we carry a lot on our shoulders. We're able to do everything in the household.
Stacey Diggs replied, I believe that
looking for a white woman,
the way we are raised in
They
our
do.
homes, with or without our parents, dictate
man's
how
will
we
of
develop both consciously and subconsciously, also known as generational curses.
Say what?
She's Jersey. That it
Wait,
dictates.
read it again.
I believe that the way we are raised in our homes, with or without our parents, dictate how we develop both consciously and subconsciously, also known as generational curses.
That is
Well,
true.
that goes back to the first segment when we
true.
were talking about the enslaved woman. I mean,
Well, not
they
even,
said it was by nature that we are
Not even a
temperate.
generational curse. To touch on what Stacey said, just look at it from this perspective. I'm raised by my mother, and she was raised by her mother. So she's gonna raise me based on how her mother raised her. She don't know nothing else, but
Right.
which was shown her.
I think that's why she's saying generational curse.
But why do it gotta be a curse? We needed that strength to survive.
Because sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
That's true.
You know, my mother raised me to be this strong, militant, power to the people, independent woman. You go out and you get whatever it is that you need. You don't need a man to.
But men need to be needed.
Exactly, which means that's when the curse comes in, because she wanted to raise me to be a strong black independent woman, but at the same time, at times I am too independent, where men that I interact with are like, you're too
true.
in my face, like, and I'm like, I'm very literal, and I shoot from the hip. You can't
Yes.
take it, do I?
From the hip, from the whole pelvic, actually.
But I'm a sweetheart though, and they can't take it. A lot of them can't take it.
Right, you gotta get past the hip.
Then I
Okay,
look
we're not
at
gonna get into that, but you gotta get past the hip.
I look at the relationships that they get into after me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't cook, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do, and then I'm like, so you wanted me to basically bow down and be weak and needy.
And I don't think that's really what.
But that's
they
a
want.
strength that I'm not needy, is what I was taught. It's a good thing that I'm not needy. I don't depend on you.
Right.
I can hold down the fort.
I don't think they can appreciate that.
Men want independent women
until they get one.
No,
because
I
the
think
independence.
you can be too independent.
The
when you don't allow a man
independence.
to come in.
Men like the fact that I don't have to do all this. They lazy. Not all of them, but there are lazy men out there
We took
that
their ribs.
choose
They can't
independent
work.
women because they don't want to have to put in all that work.
Did you hear
But
what
then
Keisha
they
said?
forget that they need to be needed. So when I don't need you, you in your feelings. But you wanted me because I was independent. All of the things, because I made my own money, I took care of myself, I got my own house, my own car, I do my own thing. You ain't got to do all of that. So you excited because you ain't got to do it. But then,
But when the compromise come in, because we both wear the pants, or they feel like we're both wearing the pants.
Not true.
Not true. Come
What you mean,
on,
Calvin?
come on,
You better
Calvin.
start
That's
typing,
right.
Calvin.
Speak up
Calvin.
on that, because that is the truth. Men want a partner until the partner has a view.
Calvin, call in.
That's how I
Calvin,
feel.
you should call
Okay,
in.
explain
Yes.
that.
Is
Really?
that too much to
Calvin,
type,
call in.
Calvin?
Calvin,
Call
you see
in.
that?
Right. Well, what? You don't agree?
No, I feel like this. If you're gonna be with a woman, if she's independent, fine. But if she's in a relationship, kind of like let some of your independence go down so I can come in and do something.
But it's hard.
Change
But it's
that
hard
verbiage.
when you're
I'm
raised
not going down.
that way.
That's
Man
all
is
you
for.
know. But if when you're raised that way and that's all you know,
I understand that.
that's your go-to.
Right.
That's how you live.
We make
And
it
it
happen.
takes time to compromise, basically.
Now you need
I
a
think- I
stronger
don't think
man
it
to
should
say,
go
no,
down.
baby.
I
But
don't
if
think
they
it
say,
should.
Now
You
I
have to
got
have,
this.
that's when your helpmate.
That's helpmate. Oh,
Your
always
helpmate.
get that wrong.
Helpmate. No, I say helpmate, but I saw when she said help me.
Right. Yeah, I never.
That's when that comes in handy, because God's not going to send you anybody who is
Right.
like
You need
that.
the balance, right?
It's going to be somebody who's going to tame you.
Right, and you're going to need that strength. And someone you don't know when that's going to be needed.
Don't let it. I'm not saying get rid of your whole independence, but if you're too independent, the man not going to do nothing for you. You're not
Here's the thing: independent women will let their guard down when they know that they can depend on you.
That's the truth.
And men do not.
We can't trust. We can't trust.
We don't know what we.
That's true.
We don't know what.
All right, we're gonna let Leslie read G's comment, and then we're gonna get into the 6 steps because we can ready to go to commercial.
All right, Beyonce said as well. Men have to prove they are worthy of us to follow.
Thank you for saying that. Right above Calvin's statement, men want a submissive woman. Those two go together. We got a call. Go ahead, we got a call.
Is this Calvin?
That's Calvin. Hello,
caller.
Hello. Can you tell Lakeisha asked us that this her daughter and that I'm watching her videos?
Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. Hi, Makala. What time is it? Because she should probably be in bed.
Okay.
All right, we got 2 minutes. Let's go through this by Kyla.
Right.
Wait a minute. We're going to get into that. Let's go through the 6 steps of how not to become an angry black woman.
Stacy's with me. She said, what's too independent?
We're going to go into that. Listen, number 6.
Calvin, Stacy. Come on.
Don't go nowhere, Calvin and Stacy. You don't want to be, if you don't want this label over top of your head, we're going to start with always smile. Just be pleasant.
You know what? I hear that all the time. Why you
always
not smiling?
Oh my goodness, you don't know how much I get that. Like, sir, I don't even see you. I didn't even notice you standing here until you said something to me. You're here.
What are you every day, all day, and I'm always pleasant. But that doesn't mean I don't have my angry moments and can hit you with my car.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Number 5, Aaliyah. Number 5, Miss Roxy Rose. Number 5, if you don't want to be an angry black woman, shut up.
Probably not.
Probably not. I didn't write this.
Kendrick Lamar says, "Sit down.
1 minute.
Be humble."
You can be humble.
That's Kendrick Lamar lyrics. We're not gonna do it. Number 4, be passive.
No. Everything doesn't
be
have
passive.
to be touched on.
One surefire way to become a pleasant black woman instead of awful angry. One is to be submissive, especially at work. In most industries, black women are among the minority, which means you are inferior. Duh. Since you are one of the few, you must understand that you are probably under serious surveillance. So try not to step on anyone's toes.
So take advantage
Minority is not synonymous with inferior. That's for the record.
All right, listen. We're going to stop on that line. Minority is not synonymous with inferior. That was a lot of big words. So we're going to go to commercial break. And we're going to be right back with steps 3 through 1 on how you can successfully not be an angry black woman. We'll be right back.
Has this improved?
Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got my comedian Pandoras. Got my Bill Burr. Among sorts. I get all kinds of comedian come through my airwaves. And this one in particular, Chad Daniels, hilarious. He has this one joke where he talks about the things that he did, about how he messes with his son. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he did was he bought the the picture frames. Mm-hmm. He would buy picture frames, and he would leave them in there.
Like the stock photo that comes.
He would leave the stock photo in there, and so he would basically tell his son that he had to do some things, or he would be taken away or eaten or something, whatever. Mm-hmm. And the kid believed him. And whenever he got questioning, he would ask about the pictures. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was your brother," and he didn't listen.
Yo, that's foul. That's funny as hell, but that's foul. Oh.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we do. Oh.
Look, y'all, we back. So listen. These young, beautiful folk in here have had a field day talking about why they not smiling. You will not believe some of the stuff that they just said about why they not smiling. But
and they all made me smile.
That's because she's white woman.
No, it's not.
White? She's not angry.
Number three, how you can successfully not become an angry black woman: have no reaction to anything.
What the heck?
Okay, but Beyonce said, but why do we have to have
She's
all
so
these
disconnected.
rules?
She's not a team player.
Maybe I'm not in the mood to smile, so I have to smile because some man thinks I need to.
Well, she's not going to successfully be an angry black woman. I'm just telling you what the things say. Number 2, always be aware that you are black. You hear that?
I think we know.
Always be aware.
Always be aware. Okay, don't ever get too comfortable in your own skin, especially if you hold a prestigious title. Remember your supposed place and accept that you are not classically worthy or beautiful.
Where'd you find this?
Eat enough to just simply be a regular human being.
I need you to find out.
Keep yourself in check, girl.
Find out who
I'm trying to tell y'all.
That's wonk, 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 wonk.
Right, that's what the people
Always
say.
be aware that you're black. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My black girl magic be on fleek. You hear me?
We gonna find out who came up with these.
Yeah, we trying to figure out who came up with
We gonna figure out, G.
Number no, that's number 2.
This is to be sarcastic, to be honest.
I do. I think it is. I don't think that this is genuine. It's no way possible. They would have. Their site would have been lit up.
It was made by
number 1.
men.
This is the Cardinal rule.
This is what they expect. Mm-hmm.
Them first, you last.
Oh.
This is the most important and effective way. Most important and effective way to avoid angry black womanness. The ridiculous idea of respecting yourself first before considering the expectation of others will be your greatest downfall. Angry black women are people who are unapologetically secure, successful, and confident despite the color of their skin. How rebellious.
How rebellious.
And this is where it says, wait, is an angry black woman really just a white man?
I think so.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Sound like it.
That
Based
like
on
45 wrote this.
Well, see, that's why this is all negative.
I don't know who came up with this list. I apologize, y'all.
I think you.
Well, no, actually, I think this bit was really good.
I think it was actually highlighting the stereotypes of the
a black man woman.
Black women.
3 snacks.
What? Look, I'm not. Look, this was This topic can go on. I see there's some comments in here. I apologize, y'all. We will continue commenting after the show is over with, but we are down to our last minute. I want to introduce the topic for next week so that y'all can go to BeExposed.com, go to Be Exposed on Facebook, Sunset Soul Live on Facebook, and give us your feedback in the comment box. Next week's topic: can your soulmate be married to someone else?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes.
Can your soulmate?
Can your soulmate
to someone else
be married?
Yes.
To someone else.
Yes.
Wow.
Because
when is he getting divorced?
Your mind can be one place and your body can
this
be somewhere
next
else.
week.
This is next week's topic. So listen,
I'm too far behind.
Am I coming back next week?
We'll chat after the show.
All right.
Yay.
But listen, y'all. Go on Sunset Soul Radio page if you haven't liked it already. Go to Be Exposed Radio page and like that as well. And give us your feedback. Share this video. The video does not come down, so you can look at it later. You can still share. We appreciate all of your support. My guest here, Mr. Tony Bling. My also guest here, Miss Roxy Rose, and my co-host, Miss Leslie G and Leslie Swirl and Lisha G. My apologies, the two L's. I appreciate y'all coming and cutting up with me. That's how I'm practicing cutting up.
Why you not smiling?
Why am I smiling?
She's angry.
You on my list?
Yes. Why you not smiling?
Because my daughter just called. My daughter just called on the show. I've been sick all week. Here's my Simply Orange juice sitting right here. My ibuprofen is wearing off. My dreads not twisted. I'm a little sweaty because it was hot outside all day long. When we keep going, we only got 30 seconds. We only got 30 seconds. I can't. Why you not smiling, Bling?
Why you not smiling?
They put the boot on my car. I ain't smiling because my baby mother won't let me see my son.
Oh,
Lord.
Why you not smiling, Aaliyah?
It might be day 1 of the menstrual cycle. I don't know.
Leslie, why you not smiling, shorty?
Because you think I'm the white girl of the group, and I always need to be smiling.
Leslie is not her name. Leslie Swirl. Don't get it twisted.
I ain't smiling because the police pulled me over because I was driving a Benz.
Oh my goodness. What we got? We done. All right, listen, y'all. We gotta
They
go.
want you
Check
to
us
sit
out
on the bus
next
stop
week.
with
Leave
your
comments.
Jordans
Can your
on.
soulmate be married to someone else? Thank y'all so much for checking out Sunset Soul. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. See y'all.
Hey now, this is your girl Tracy from Gangsta Goddess Radio. If you missed us on Monday from 7 to 8, catch this flashback.